You said Embu because that's where you're from, but that's another story altogether.
But it's fact. I have nothing to do with it. They just won.
Cleophas Malala, was that unfair?
First of all, I'm a very disappointed person tonight. One, because today the president disappointed me. First, he did not apologize for tear-gassing school children. I thought he would have started by apologizing for the brutality he exercised against school children. Be it as it may, I want to start by referring to the statement he made and agree with him that he wants to protect our children against pedophiles, against drug peddlers, against people who teach them negative ethnicity. One thing that I would just want to amend on the president's comment is he should have added that those children also need to be protected against corrupt leaders, against land grabbers, against liars, because we must start practicing what we say. You cannot be the president, you say that you're protecting the students against drug peddlers, but when you appoint your cabinet, you appoint 2 drug barons in your cabinets. So you should have started.
Like who? I'm sorry.
You know.
Who are those?
I do not want to mention names here, but it is in the public domain. We have drug barons in cabinet. You know, Kenyans know. We have drug barons in cabinet. And therefore, these things that we are telling these students are mature students. These are the same crop of students who are lied about laptops with the same person talking about protection. And therefore, these students know what is going on. And I would like to ask the president to ensure he talks his walk. Because we are tired about these lectures, every time lecturing about us. I want to challenge Itumbi. These students know what is going on in their country. These students are chased from school to go and look for school fees because capitation money has not been given. Last year, 21,000 shilling per student was supposed to be disbursed to schools. Only 9,000 was disbursed.
And the rest?
Yet Itumbi and the president donated 500 million to Grammy Awards. We want Itumbi and the president to be accountable. The 500 million shillings they donated to Grammy Awards where no Kenyan participated. If that money was used to sponsor a drama festival, if that money was used for capitation, then we will be making sense out of this.
Grammy Awards, just before you go on, it would be wrong to continue this discussion without correcting that perspective. There was absolutely no donation made by Kenya government to the Grammy Awards. No, but just a minute, let me no, he's lying. So let me just correct him. Let me update him. He has no idea.
Who can lie?
Malala has no idea. Let me just tell him the truth and the facts as they are. Then he can spin all he wants. First, when he says capitation was done by government, he was seated in cabinet because he was UDASG last year at cabinet secretary level. No, just a minute. And he was seated there. He never corrected it in cabinet. He never spoke about it last year. He speaks about it now. But just a minute. On Grammy Awards, Kenya government, Nigeria, Rwanda, and South Africa lobbied to have Grammys had an idea to set up in Africa a Grammy. That's the Recording Academy headquarters. Kenya, like all the other 4 countries, bid to host the Recording Academy in Kenya. And part of the bid is to pay the money, 500 million.
The money
just a minute. Let me. The bid has not yet been decided. On February 27 and 28, there are delegations to Los Angeles office of the Recording Academy. If we lose the bid, of course the money is returned. Every bid, you bid with a proposal, with money put in. Malala just simply doesn't know that Kenya government has gone further to support creatives by even bringing the Recording Academy here. And that part of the deal is to create state-of-the-art, globally accepted visual studios at Konza. Part of that deal, it's not Konza actually, it's at Talanta Sports City. Just a minute, at Talanta Sports City. Just a minute. Just a minute.
We placed our deposit.
Yeah, it's not a deposit. No. Jeff, let's be fair. It's not a deposit.
Wait.
Countries place a bid. I mean, even when you're bidding for the World Cup, you place a bid, you put a proposal, you put a presentation, both tourism and commercial, and if you lose the bid, you get back what belongs to you.
Okay, wait, Cleophas, wait. Let's come back to the play.
No, just a moment.
Wait.
Just a moment, Jeff.
Mheshimiwa.
Jeff.
You, when you were known as KJ, back in the day, ridiculous days, you guys, you bent all the rules. Well, it was during the time of Daniel Arap Moi, and you got away, I wouldn't say with murder, but you got away with a lot of things. How did that work then, and it's not working now?
And the Grammy Awards, because we need to sort out that Grammy thing. Because the Grammy committee...
Just a minute.
No, Jeff, it will be unfair to Kenyans. The Grammy committee...
Tutarudi kwa Grammy, wacha ajibu swali.
Jeff, this is your show, and okay. I'm just praying that I'll be here with Cleo, the artist.
Yes.
Because Cleo, the politician, might not take this conversation forward, because some of the statements he makes are very far from the truth.
Yes.
You're a well-known actor. You're a well-known actor.
Am I? I think what I'd say is what we're having is a government of major minor.
Of major?
Minor. We are majoring in minor issues. What we are discussing, we wouldn't be discussing. We are not supposed to be discussing what we are discussing now, because that's a minor issue. We've always done that. We had Shackles of Doom, same culprit.
Yeah. And the same play right here.
Same culprit, yeah. So we had that, and we always had that, because again, art is the mirror of the society, kioo cha jamii. So whatever we are talking about, it's something that we have. I'll take you back to Kifo Kisimani, where we are talking about Mtemi Bokono. Tunaweza sema in this case Bonoko. Mtemi Bonoko ana expect kuimbiwa nyimbo za sifa. There is a Batu who is the advisor to the Mtemi. Mtemi is the sultan in this case. Batu tells him, watu wako na wewe. Then they go to the meeting, they realize people are not coming. They were told to wait in Mingamiwili so that they come as a group. Why are not people coming? They are saying, hatukubalishi kunywa maji kwa kisima. Is it something that we can attest to now? In the same book, there is somewhere Askari 1 and 2. One Askari is for the people, the other is not for the people. The Askari 2, who is not for the people, ask who are those coming? Askari 1 says, ni bibi yako anakuja kuimbia nyimbo za mapenzi. So this is what they are learning in school. So, first of all, this is not politics. It's what they are learning in class. Kitabu cha tamthilia. That's what they are doing. And it's examinable by the Kenya National Examination Council. Now, that is what they are learning. Outside, as he said, there are kids who went, maybe in some time, they were tear gas somewhere in Langata. They were told, now, we are going to give you laptops. They never saw them. Now they're in high school. They are 3 years away, because at most, I think they are 15, 16, 17. So in 3 years' time, the time now we are saying 2027, Kumi Bila break, is when these kids are ready to vote. So they might know a thing or two. And we are seeing, now I have a problem with what we are saying about TSC compliant teachers. Now tell me, do we also get watchmen who are TSC compliant? We have the non-teaching staff in school, and there is a reason why we have TSC. The other day, they were short in numbers of teachers. So, if they are short in numbers of teachers, when it comes to drama and other co-curricular activity, we're talking about football, don't you think it's also fair these guys take what they are doing? Because now what we are doing is we are realizing just now that we have pedophiles in those teachers, which is wrong. And as we are going through that route, what happens to the young arts, the young sportsmen and women, who this country, every time they are running, we are behind them, and it starts at the secondary school, so to speak. So my problem is, first, with the verification of the drama teachers as a group. 2, I fear for these people, whoever it is, because we are saying watoto wanatumiwa vibaya. Then basi huyu mtu akona nguvu, because watoto wanatumiwa vibaya, kidogo journalist wanatumiwa vibaya. Si tuliona wakizima kamera, you wonder why a whole professor of law will say zima kamera kwani anaoga nje. Aya 2, but let me finish. Every time the doctors wanatumiwa vibaya. The other day, the clergy inatumiwa vibaya, kwani kila mtu anatumiwa vibaya. So in my own opinion, I feel it was really unfair to go to that extent where you're even bringing friendly policemen to come and deal with school children for me, well, we have other issues in Baringo. Every time we have security issues, kids are doing boarding, not by kupenda, it's just because we don't have security. So they're in boarding school, in day school, because of lack of security. The other contingent, iko Haiti. I don't want to go there. But I feel we are majoring in minor issues. Like, for example, as he said about the Grammys, why do we need the Grammys? First of all, the arts we have, we live from mouth, is it hand to mouth?
Hand to mouth.
Yeah, from one gig to the other. Before we go to the Grammys,
Yes.
we live from, so we are majoring in minor, those are minor issues. Can we focus on the issues at hand? When we're talking about TSC compliance, is it CBC compliance? Some schools don't even have desks. And we are talking about we need teachers who are TSC.
We don't even have
and the
classes in
TSC,
some places.
yeah, and the TSC
You
let
saw
us.
those stories in Baringo, eh?
Yeah.
You saw the guy taking us through Baringo. But Dennis, let me ask you this question before.
For art.
But I want Malala to tell me
Yes.
whether this play is going to be reenacted
Jeff.
by adults or whoever.
I have said it time and again that we are going to enact this play with an adult cast. By the same time, we must honor the young girls of Butere Girls. We must honor them. The proceeds of that show, a percentage of it must go to those girls. Because those girls are heroines. Those girls will be inscribed in history for fighting for liberation. I had somebody else telling me that, why are you using students to do politics? Students are part of the liberation journey. Remember South Africa?
1976.
Sarafina. Students started the liberation journey. And therefore, there is nothing wrong for students to take part in politics. There is nothing wrong for students to take part in creating and crafting their future.
Okay, Queen.
Now, I am going to do this play.
You are.
This is how I'm going to do it.
Go on.
First of all, 5 days after today, we're going to invite for auditions.
Oh.
We want to get the best actors. We don't want it to be a Nairobi thing, whereby only Nairobi actors or actresses participate in this. We are going to call for nationwide auditions. And this is how we are going to do it. We are going to put the script in the social media platforms. And then anybody, even if you're in Turukana, Wajir, Kakamega, Mombasa, take an excerpt of the script, look for somebody in your village, enact it, and upload it on TikTok. We will be able to get you and identify talent. This is going to be a Kenyan play. We are going to act this play using Kenyan artists. Even in the remotest villages, we are going to get artists. And therefore, I want to invite Itumbi. If you are an actor, get some piece of lines there with your friend, even if it's in State House.
Yeah.
Enact it,
Yeah.
and he can be a very good sultan.
Let me Sultan. Let me ask Queen real quick. Queen, were you asked to rewrite this?
The people, if the work that Ali Mazrui has done
Yeah.
over the years,
Triple heritage,
if
all that.
all of those things mean something, then this must continue.
Jakush,
Yes.
do you ever get worried when you do your stuff?
No, one, because I was in KMC.
You were well.
In KMC I did journalism.
Yes.
So you're taught to be fearless.
Yes.
And he was also there. I think that's
Was he your senior?
Yes, he was my senior. Walikuwa kwanza na drama mbili. Walifanya maandamano. They had a different play from the one the school presented.
Oh.
So
And you won.
You won, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Na yao haikufungwa. Now so I come from that whatever, but also in art whatever we do ni kioo cha jamii. So what I'm doing is not politics. It's state of, actually it's one of my easiest things to create is current affairs. Because 50% has already been done.
But it's also satire.
Yes, satire, exactly.
Yeah.
So 50% has been done.
Yeah.
But my worry is, and I've seen Itumbi with the handbook, and I was so happy because now we are following the handbook. But when it comes now on the other side, because that's not him who makes the decision, when it comes to having a CS, we throw the handbook of the country, which is the constitution, and now we say a CS must not be a technocrat. Wewe ni best yangu. Again, we are talking about a teacher who is going to teach drama must not be a TSC. But now when it comes to the country, anyone, wewe, do you have anything in health? Ai, hauna. CS kuja tumpatie hii ya health. haya tunaenda security, hauna mahali umeguzana na security, tunapatia. So at the end of the day, the people who are not, like for example, we have a board chair who is not an engineer, but she's sitting anaambia engineer. So what does that also tell us? So I think we must walk the talk. And the problem I have is like we have two mouths. So today, the government is speaking from this mouth, saying, never again, that thing lingers in my head, never again shall people be killed. And then this other mouth
kills.
Yes. Then the next day, never again abduction.
Yes.
It happens. Never again corruption. It happens. So that's why we are not quick to believe what the government is saying, and that's why these voices are coming even from the children, because now kidogo kidogo chapati, even now it might be true tutapata chapati, but mahali tumefika juu tumezoea you are like ai kweli chapati even.
By the way, unasema ile chapo 1 million a day ama
hapana, sisemi hiyo again ni satire.
Speaking of satire, Jugu, check one of your skits about. Ebu check.
Wali wako wapi we? Nyinyi ni waterere girls? Nyinyi ni hao mnajua sana darasa moja A. Katika darasa la hiyo play yenu haina nini? Haina mahali kuna makofi? Niwe nauliza. Nakwambia wewe Simba Malala wewe. Kwani anakaa hakuna mahali mnapiga makofi?
Hapana.
Unajua sasa mtemi hafurahi, hamna mahali mnashangilia mtemi na kuonyesha mambo amefanya. Niwe nauliza.
Hatuna.
Headgun, niwe nauliza. Hamna?
Hatuna.
Nyinyi waigizaji, michezo ya kuigiza. Mlikuja zile kusoma ama kuigiza. Kioo cha jamii, ndio nyinyi hapa darasa moja A. Terere girls. Mkona court order. Okay.
Your police station not happy.
So I think one, the constitution allows us, and I think this is the most fortunate thing to happen in our times. The freedom of speech, and that's why people are asking question. Two, people are learned. When they are seeing these things, they know we should get this. Like for example, tell me why an MP should be given money to do things that are devolved. And then the governor, so we are undermining devolution. The governor ako hapo hapewi pesa. Every time they have press conferences, tunataka pesa iachiliwe, inaachiliwa nusu. But there is some money, quick money, yenye inatoka. Tunaenda mlima, pesa itatoka. Tunafanya nini? So there is quick money ya kanisa, but there is no quick money even for the MPs. Jana waligoma wakasema hatutaendelea, pesa ikatoka.
Leo ikatoka.
Yes.
Haraka sana. By the way, how long does it take you to turn around the skit? Plus minus?
I think 50%, as I said, work has already been done. Tunajua vile. And that's why we have books that you can take hiyo kitabu na useme hii ni Kenya. Mai waziri wa
makazi. No, unasema hizi skits zako.
Niko drako ila aterere. I'm saying 50% work has already been done. Like you know what he's saying or she's saying.
I am Prince Job says so Juguna is owning a police station in Kenya.
No, hiyo nilikuwa nimelenga, but now that it has come up again.
Yes, it's come up.
That's actually the flag of Germany upside down. Because we are talking about props. We are talking about it's propping and everything, so we make it work for what it is. So that's what it is. But again, I'll remind you, because I'm in a fire, the salvos are coming from and I think this is what I think we should avoid, where we have people who are not technocrats in places of making decisions, because whatever they do will always be he's right, he's wrong, you're wrong, I'm right. And that's why you find a lot of the technocrats who are in the previous cabinet after the maandamano to cool things down, then they were taken out, there's no fuss. Madam Nakumencha, she went and she was like, Nili, Futokazi, there's no fuss. But the technocrats, starting with the impeachment, now coming to our latest guy in press briefing, they're always talking, I'm right, they are wrong. You are wrong, you're right. So when we separate all these things, we put people who want to do the right thing for the country and not to be right. I'm right, you're wrong. Because now what we are doing currently is you are wrong, and that's why they cannot apologize for tear gassing, because you are wrong for bringing politics. And now we say we are right, you are wrong for... So who brought politics in the play? Is it him, or is it now the tear gassing and everything? So everyone wants to be right.
So Jogosh, let me take your challenge and take this with the full sleeves and honors of government, to apologize to all the girls of Butere girls who must be watching this play, who must be watching this conversation, for the tear gas that was meted on them. I sincerely apologize.
The person who ordered has not apologized.
He hasn't finished. Let him finish. Let him finish.
I apologize to you, and with my apology comes the full force of government, because I represent that sector of government of creative economy. So we are not only sorry for that tear gas, but we are also sorry for not managing this to the very end. I promise you that I will sit back with my team and we will come up with remedies on what can be done. We are sorry that you missed out on the most important and consequential act at the national level, which is what I know students work so hard to get to. Again, I am sorry.
And so the retribution against the teachers?
There is absolutely no retribution. That's a social media creation.
No, there's a show of course later. I interact with those teachers.
Let me, you know.
We have a show of course.
That is from the principal to the teacher.
Yes.
I wouldn't know how the school operates, but speaking from here, there is absolutely no retribution on the basis of the play. There will be absolutely no retribution. There will be, in fact, the principal at Butere Girls, if my facts are correct, and I need to recheck them, but the last time I had this conversation, the teacher at Butere Girls actually, I think, is going to retire sometimes this year. 2 months,
yeah.
you say? 2 months. So, I mean, she has a starting career as a teacher,
but
will allow her to finish her call of duty.
All right, folks.
On the issue of apologizing, we accept us. I want to challenge Itumbi. These students know what is going on in their country. These students are chased from school to go and look for school fees because capitation money has not been given. Last year, 21,000 shilling per student was supposed to be disbursed to schools. Only 9,000 was disbursed.
And the rest?
Yet Itumbi and the president donated 500 million to Grammy Awards. We want Itumbi and the president to be accountable. The 500 million shillings they donated to Grammy Awards, where no Kenyan participated. If that money was used to sponsor drama festival, if that money was used for capitation, then we will be making sense out of this.
Grammy Awards, just before you go on, it would be wrong to continue this discussion without correcting that perspective. There was absolutely no donation made by Kenya government to the Grammy Awards. No, but just a minute, let me no, he's lying. So let me just correct him. Let me update him. He has no idea.
Who can lie?
Malala has no idea. Let me just tell him the truth and the facts as
every artist.
It's a drama festival.
Yeah, every person is an actor there, and I think you should credit me for making even the president an actor. Recently, you saw him launching a patient to say that SHA is working.
Are you saying SHA is not working? Are you saying SHA is not working?
But that's said and done.
No. Are you saying SHA is not working?
You have content now.
No. Are you saying SHA is not working?
You saw the president launching.
Let's ask Crazy Canal.
Now on the issue
is SHA working?
No, Malala. Are you saying SHA is not working? It's good that you have kept silent on that issue.
Wait, Jeff. Yeah. On the issue of the manifesto and what the government promised and what it has not done. You know these theoretical and academic presentations that Itumbi is trying to read to us, I think Kenyans are tired with that. Itumbi, you invited all creatives. I was among them at State House. Launched something called Talanta Ella, something application. Where did it go to? You have done nothing about it. You used millions of shillings to host that event, and nothing is going on. Second, on the issue of the film, trying to make sure that the film industry is well cushioned, we are taxing importation of film equipment. You are not cushioning the producers who are importing the film equipment. Third, on the issue of copyright, you say that we are going to get royalties up to 70%. What have you done about it? And therefore, these issues you are raising are academic, are the normal lies, are the normal rhetorics that you are used to telling people. You asked a question, why did they kick me out of UDA party? They kicked me out of UDA party because I was the custodian of the manifesto. That manifesto that...
Zikanar, give us some final thoughts going forward.
Okay, to me, first of all, I will take my words to the fourth estate, the media itself. maybe I believe sometime you should remove the cameras away from these guys. Because
from these politicians?
Yes.
Yeah, because the more you put it on them, the more they become famous, the more they enjoy what they are doing. So if you start, maybe if you take away the audience they have, we might have a nation where people are working to do work, not to be famous. Then another thing, Itumbi, at least you have seen how defending some things is very hard, you know. And one day, maybe if you see it, you grow old, I think you might watch yourself in a TV and be like, wow, was this me? So before somebody's a politician, somebody's a human being. Yeah, so these are just masks everyone is wearing here. But when you go home now, you remind yourself of who you are. And lastly, to that young boy who's watching, I've been in content creation for now 7 years. And I'm on a journey to win the Oscar Awards. And all this through, I've been doing it, not thinking about what is the government saying, what's the plan of the government. I believe that that young boy at home, just do whatever you are doing, whether you are learning to be a teacher, whether you're learning to be a doctor, a screenwriter. Just make sure that, you know, Martin Luther said that when you sweep, let their people come and say there was once a great sweeper there. Just do it, forget about these people, because these people have a lot of political scores to settle. By the time they are done, you'll be waiting there and you'll feel like they have not changed your life.
Yeah. So like Lupita, your dreams are valid?
Yes.
Hey, crazy kid, nah. Cheza kama wewe.